If you have a FOMO, very alert, very curious, and very active baby, and naps are the hardest part of your life right now, I'm here to teach you today how to make your FOMO baby sleep, especially nap easily, without fighting as if it's their only job. And here's how I know a little bit too much about FOMO babies and also sensitive babies. I am a holistic sleep coach and a mom of twins, and I work with a lot of FOMO and sensitive babies. And one of my twins was a classic FOMO, very, very sensitive baby. And while all the internet sleep tips would work for one, nothing worked for the other one. And I always thought that there was something wrong with him. And I also thought that it was me. I was kind of trying to create bad habits. But eventually, I learned that it was all the temperament. And I think this is one of the things which no one talks about on the internet is the temperament. The temperament can be the most important factor when it comes to sleep. I have always wondered that why wake windows does not work for your FOMO baby and why do they hate sleep? They don't hate sleep. Sleep is a physiological need. Everyone needs it. But we also need to understand that sleep needs of every baby is different. And just because your friend's baby is sleeping 12 hours a night or 2 hours during the nap doesn't mean your baby also have to follow that. And just because the internet tells you that your baby needs to have a wake window of 2 hours, honestly, it doesn't mean that your baby knows that. Okay. So the first thing I want you to do is actually remove all these extra information which doesn't work for your baby, because your baby has come here without all those information. Your baby just doesn't know all this. Okay. And the second thing I want you to understand about FOMO babies are that their temperament, the way their brain works, is most of them are also kind of achieving milestones early, because they're kind of, their brains are like really, like in the most highest energy, and their brain is trying to take a lot of stimulation. They need that, and it only kind of makes them more excited, which means it's not that they don't need sleep. It's not that they might be low sleep needs. They need sleep, but they can really tolerate a longer wake window without fussing, without crying. And it doesn't mean that they don't need sleep. They need sleep, but they need to be literally bored, and they need to be really, really made to sleep. And the first way to do that is having a kind of pre nap ritual, which means giving them a kind of calm down time before every nap and also before every bedtime. And here's why it's important. For FOMO babies, they can't go from being super active, playing, and having all that stimulation to saying, okay, now it's nap time, let's go to bed. It will take a very long time for them to realize, and that's why they fight, because they don't want to sleep. If they're playing right now and then you say, okay, it's bedtime because you kind of yawned, they don't care. Their sleep cues are rubbish. They give the most rubbish sleep cues. The yawn, the rubbing eyes could also be boredom. And also remember, they can also kind of not show any sleep cue at all, because they are FOMO. They're so interested in their surrounding that they just don't give you any sleep cue. So with FOMO babies, here's how I kind of have my own rhythm or schedule. You can go to the internet and see that what is your baby's age appropriate wake window, but you don't have to necessarily follow that. What I would do is just have that in mind. Let's say the internet tells you that your FOMO baby needs to have like a 3 hours of wake window. Great. Now, once they're awake, kind of see around that 3 hours, have the clock in the mind, but also look at your own baby sleep cues. Remember, they give very, very bad sleep cues, so you have to be super observant, because you might have kind of missed those kind of really subtle sleep cues which they give. So, what I would want you to do is around 3 hours of time, I want you to observe their sleep cues. What are they giving? And if they are giving at all. But I want you to be super observant after 3 hours to just make sure that what is happening. And really giving them that pre nap calm down time. It's super important for them. Otherwise, they are going to be like fighting for every nap because they just don't want to sleep. And what do you mean by having a calm down time for FOMO babies. It means maybe kind of dimming the room if you can do that, and trying to take away all these stimulating making toys which can make sound or have lights. It can be really stimulating for them. And maybe read books, or play with blocks, something which doesn't really stimulate them. It's super super important for them because they need that transition. So let's say 3 hours is working. Okay, so you see them giving the sleep cues around 3 hours, and you have to do this for at least 3 days to kind of observe that. And once you see that, okay, this is working, 3 hours is something which is the wake window, but then they still fight because they don't want to sleep, then around after 2.5 hours, I would give that half an hour of nap, pre-nap calm down time. It's super important to remember that. And the more, the better for FOMO babies. Maximum I would give for at least like a baby is 30 minutes, not more than that. Because then they will lose the purpose and they will not understand what's really happening. So 30 minutes should be the max you are giving them this calm down time. If your baby is taking more than 30 minutes to fall asleep, then just remember that they're still not sleepy. It could be a bored cue, not a sleepy cue. So please take them outside the room after 30 minutes. Don't try to make them sleep for 45 minutes. And you try to make them sleep for 45 minutes and they just nap for 30 minutes. It's the most irritating thing, at least for me. So the maximum, you're giving them time to fall asleep. And yes, some babies need more time. So 30 minutes is something which I consider very normal for some babies. 10 minutes is also normal. So remember, don't kind of think that 30 minutes is very long, but not more than 30 minutes. If you have a FOMO or a very sensitive or a very strong-willed baby or a toddler and sleep has been hard for you, then follow my channel and I will be making a lot more videos around this topic specifically for these kind of temperament babies. Bye.